Mamas and friends, it's Sarah from Late Night Coffee Moms. Let's see if I can point in the right direction. Oh, he still can't. Okay, yeah, from Late Night Coffee Moms. And it's good to see you on Monday, which is the verse of the weekday. And I'm just going to tell you something really honest right now. I do not intentionally come onto our lives looking like a mess. But I have dedicated myself to being real with you guys. And if that means I ran out of time to fix my face, or I never fixed my face for the day, or whatever, I think one of the best gifts moms can give each other, and just people can give each other, is being real. So I always do have a lip gloss on. It's just like a little elf lip gloss that I keep in my pin jar right here, so I could just pull it out right before live and stick it on. But all this rosy glow and baggage, that's all mine. That's all mine. So when you see me showing up, it's not because I don't care about how I look. I do care about how I look. And it's not because I don't care about you. It's just I want to be real with you guys. And this is how I really am handling life today. Yeah, see, I just got out of the shower. Oh my goodness. So if any of you guys have been on my page today, you will have seen my April Fool's joke about my kiddo getting, I think I said 7 staples, and then said, oh, April Fool's, yeah, because she got 8. That was last night. It was really fun. But something about, it doesn't matter how well the results are or how minor the injury turns out being. A trip to the ER, it just sucks every ounce of adrenaline from me, every ounce of anything productive just went away. I sat on my couch most of the day just staring at my kiddo, watching her to make sure she wasn't doing anything funky or acting weird. And I spent most of the night doing that. I think we got home, I would say 1:30 in the morning. We got home, and yeah, so I was just watching her sleep basically to make sure she didn't start doing something weird. I don't know. I'm sure you guys can relate. If any of you mamas have ever been to the ER, you can relate. Okay. So that was not a joke. It was a joke that she got 7. She got 8. 8 staples. And tomorrow we're going in for a recheck. So again, in my spirit of honesty and realness with you guys, I'm going to let you know I did not crack open my Bible today. It's not horrible. Yeah, I feel guilty about it. But I was talking to God all day, thanking him for my daughter, thanking him for the nurses and doctors that he had already planned to be there, because he already knew it was going to happen. So he already had it in place for us and all that kind of stuff. But I had like no energy, no anything to do anything. Literally, like I didn't even really, I think I ate because my kid brought me something, my non-injured child. And so as I sat on the couch just like an hour ago before I jumped in the shower, I was like, today just didn't go anywhere close to how I planned it. And then God being God brought, let me get this paper here, this scripture to my heart. Tell me if you know the address. I'll give it to you later, but let's see if you can write in the address in the comments. Okay. The heart of a man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps. So I'll just say it again. The heart of a man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps. Yeah. This has been my life since January. All the plans for 2019, still a baby of a year. I cannot think of a single plan or goal that I had written down that I had prayed over. I mean, I don't make these plans just willy-nilly. I do pray over them. I'm sure you guys do too. I don't think a single one came to pass or was accomplished in the first quarter of my year. Maybe that's my problem, is I'm thinking of it as my year, not the year God's blessed me with. But that's another thing. So yeah, that it goes for a lot of things. If you've been watching since back then, our community blew up, our homeschool community blew up. That was not in my plans. I had spent all of my Christmas break studying to be prepared to do what I was going to do. So that was totally not in my plans. If you happen to be one of my novel readers, or maybe you're on my street team for my books, my published books, you guys know that the book I am trying to get published keeps getting pushed back and back and back. And there's problems with things as minor and insignificant as the cover that I submitted, or that was submitted to be on my book, was like I don't know, its pixelation was off. So I had to submit for a new cover. So that's been pushed back. But what even my street team might not know is that book was supposed to publish in January. Yeah, so we're looking at, it's still not published. So we're looking at 4 months behind schedule there. My schedule, my plans, the plans I made for me. So we got homeschool, we've got plans made for me. We've got my kiddo busting her head open last night. We've got business trips I had no idea my husband was going to have to be on, just plans that I had made, that I thought I had made according to what God was asking me to. And they've just been shattered, or, well, my timetable has been shattered. And then I start looking at this verse, the heart of a man plans his way. And I think of all the other places in the same book, other books around this book, but the same book. So I'm giving you a clue because I still want you to try to guess the address. That talks about the heart of a man. It talks about it's deceitful above all things. It talks about how it stores wickedness, how, all these things about a man's heart. And then in the New Testament, you hear, that, where the man's treasure is, there his heart is also. Is my treasure and my plans? I didn't think so. I thought I gave them fully to God. And yet here I am with shattered timetables, right? So I have some options here, and I'm sure you guys have experienced things like this. I can pout and throw a fit and cry out to God and go, why? And I've done that in my own way. I could shake my fist into the wind and just holler, and stomp my feet and be all kinds of crazy because my plans did not go my way. But then the second part of this verse is the Lord establishes his. The word established, it feels so much more concrete than plan. It's like I was writing in pencil and God was scribing in tablets of stone, right? I was writing, this is what I'm going to do. And God's like, nope, I already know this is what's going to happen. And I do throw a fit. I'm a person, and I am not that mature of a person when it comes to my feelings getting hurt, especially if my feelings are hurt by God, because my plans are all messed up. But every time I've seen God just watch my plans fall, because he knows it's coming, and he establishes my steps, I am a million times happier than I know I would have been if my plans had succeeded. So why am I happy my daughter's head got hurt? No. Was I happy to spend time in the ER? No. But I know that whenever I'm in any kind of hospital situation, and my kiddo does this with me. She was doing this with me even though she was bleeding from the head. You see all this sadness around you, and you can't help but pray for it. And I know my prayers aren't going unheard. So I know somebody there's life was saved, soul was saved, situation was saved, because my girl and I were able to pray for these people. So I might not ever see what God was doing with those prayers, but I know they were doing something. So there's a benefit. It has slowed down our family and my rush to establish my own plans. So that's a bonus. the school thing, that still hurts like crazy. But just the other day, my kiddo, we were talking about this with somebody who didn't know about it. And my kiddo was like, yeah, but it hurts, Mom, but I feel free. I hadn't noticed they felt trapped. So, of course, I'm excited that they feel free. And every time God has done something different than my plans, I can always, there's not been a single time that I've ever looked back and gone, well, that was dumb. I sure hope you were happy with that, God, because that just totally ruined everything. His ways are so much better, and I'm so glad he's establishing my steps, not holding firm to my plans. I don't know what's coming up with this new book. I don't know why he's going to wait until April to publish it. If he decides to publish it finally in April, I don't know. But I know he's got great things planned, and he's not going to let us down. And the future with Christ is always better than the present. It just always is. I don't know how he does that. He does that because he's God, and he can. So again, I'm going to tell you the scripture, and if you know the address, pop it in the comments. The heart of a man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps. So even you can Google it or whatever while I'm drinking my coffee. Oh, did you see my nifty new cup? Self-product placement. The link to grab one of your own is over there in the descriptions. But yeah, I have my own little store, and anything you purchase at my little store up there on Teespring helps this keep going and helps all this other stuff keep going. But anyway, yeah, that's my cup. Anybody know? Okay, I'm going to tell you. So if you are one of those people who have to find out, plug your ears or just turn me off. No, don't turn me on. Come on. Okay, so the heart of a man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps. That is from Proverbs, and it's chapter 16, verse 9. Go check it out. What plans have you made that have completely been blown away? And which of those plans can you now, because I know we're going to be more mature later, but now can you look back on and just thank God he allowed those plans just to be totally destroyed and that he established your way? I mean, even just think back, let's see. I don't know a single mama that's at least shared this with me in their heart who regrets not, not marrying a New Kids on the Block or a Backstreet Boy or whoever was their little idol at the time when they were kids. I don't know a single mama who regrets that. I know many of us hoped for that. Many of us mean other places. I won't go into that. But other, heartthrobs or something where you actually would pray and ask God, this is going to be my soulmate. Help us be together. I don't know anybody who's sitting there going, oh, well, if only I'd married Donnie Wahlberg or what was his name? Joey McIntyre. Everything would have been great. Or maybe you weren't into boy bands. Maybe you were maybe you were like George Michael. Or who else? I don't know. I don't keep up with anybody nowadays. And that's really old. Those are really old people. Oh my goodness, I'm so old. Thanks for being old with me. All right, I love you guys. I'll catch you next time. Bye.